Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 Colorado State Fair. Today we're going to be taking a look at our Market Beef Junior Showman. Up first in our junior show, we will have our first class of juniors. Within this class, we have a total of 8 exhibitors. Our judge for today's contest is none other than Mr. Justin Mosier. He currently resides in Seeker, Illinois, where himself and his wife and 3 daughters run Blue Mountain Livestock, a 1520 sow show pig operation. He's also heavily involved with helping families across the country find pigs and cattle for county, state, and national levels. He attended Hutchinson Community College and Kansas State University. Entering in the ring at this time in our junior class, we will have Adley Block, Hadley Gable, Maddie White, Gunnar Golding, Tinley Becker, Tatum DePorter, Carly Kristen, and Gretchen Vermillion. This is your first and only class of junior showman. Your first and seconds within this class will become your champion and reserve champion junior showman. Your Market Beef Showmanship Junior Division has an age range of 8 to 10 years old. These exhibitors are competing for a champion buckle presented by Blue Ribbon Processing, as well as an additional awards by the Colorado State Fair. The Showmanship and the Beef Show is made possible by our generous sponsors. Our sponsors include ADM Animal Nutrition Incorporated, Blue Ribbon Processing, Colorado Cattlemen's Association, the Colorado Cattlewomen, Colorado Livestock Association, Colorado State University, Lubricin Livestock, Northeastern Junior College, the Colorado Gelbvieh Association, the Colorado Simmental Association, the North American Limousine Foundation, Weaver Livestock, and Zoetis. A special thank you to all of our sponsors this year for making the 2023 Market Beef Show possible. Sometimes that happens in the ring when these animals get a little spooked. The biggest thing is just to keep showing.
Let's put our hands together for this first group of junior showmen out here. I think a very competitive group out here, and I think it's very deep in terms of quality. Just initial impression. I'm a person when it comes to showmanship, initial impression when you come into the ring is very big for me. Just kind of the way you carry yourself, the way that you can tell that you've worked with that animal knows exactly what to do when you ask it to do something, making sure that we can pull things into set very quickly and we get feet set up the right way. And then the next thing is knowing your animal and how they're put together to understand of where their feet and legs need to be, because not every steer out here is going to be the same. Not every steer out here needs to be set up the same way. So making sure that we set them up correctly, we get into position quickly, they look their best 24/7 when we're studying them, I think is very big. The next thing is when we go through, when we handle, making sure that we have our brush out, we're brushing there. I'm not a big question guy. I'm not going to ask a lot of questions when we go through here. For me, showing is showing all your capabilities that you've done at home, all the hard work that you've done, you're showcasing it out here. So come in here with some confidence, come in here with some pride that you've worked all summer very hard, long hours, sweat, tears, blood, whatever it may be, and showcase all the work that you had out here. No matter how you are down the line, never hang your head. Know there's always a way to come up. These three came in and hit me very, very hard. The young ladies do a very good job in terms of their composure with their cattle when they have them. They get them set up quickly, and they always look presented the right way from the side. They're alert. They're making sure that their head carriage, where they're at's correct. They're making sure they loin them when they need to. They're paying attention not only to where I am at, but also what their calf looks like to know what they need to do to make sure that that calf looks the best all the time. Very good group. I want to congratulate these kids one more time. I'm going to put the mic down. I'm going to go pick your champion 2/3. So please, another round of applause for this first class of junior showmen. They're very, very good.
Your results of your junior beef showmanship: in 8th place, Carly Christen. 7th place, Adlai Block. 6th place, Gretchen Vermillion. 5th place, Maddie White. 4th place, Gunnar Golding. 3rd place, Tatum DePorter. 2nd place, and your reserve champion junior, is Tinley Becker. And your class winner and champion junior showman is Hadley Gable. Heads up, heads up, heads up. Sometimes these animals don't always cooperate, and it's good for our showmen to show them who's boss sometimes. So good job on that, Carly. Up next will be our first wave of intermediate beef showmen. Coming through the ring will be Riley Joseph, Ty Weathers, Trotter Thomas, Miranda Leatherman, Emmett Greer, Tressie Golding, and Whitley Schweitzer. These are intermediates in the range of 11 to 13 years of age. We have 2 heats of our intermediate showmen. Our showmans will be competing for a champion buckle by Blue Ribbon Processing and awards presented by Colorado State Fair.
I'm going to keep 4 out of this first glass of intermediates. The 4 to my left are the ones that are going to come back for the for champion out here. The 3 that come out here that go back to the barn, just little things with foot placement when we go in, making sure that we get them stretched if we can in those back 2, and then just working on when we walk them in, try to keep it in motion when we're switch in terms of transition from halter to show stick so they don't stop, and then we have to readjust when we go through. Just make it look like a smoother, well-oiled machine when we pull in to stop into placement from the side. Kids are still working very, very hard. Another good group of kids. Please, round of applause as they go back to the barn. Very appreciated for these young individuals.
So once again, that was our first wave of intermediate showmen. Returning for the intermediate championship drive will be Riley Joseph, Ty Weathers, Trotter Thomas, and Tressie Golding. Don't go too far, exhibitors, as you will be coming right back into the holding ring. Coming through the gate right now for the show ring will be the second and final wave of intermediate showmen. Within this class, we have Tucker Long, Emma Fassett, Camden Welp, Rafael Gonzalez, Kintrix Allen, Emery Chamberlain, Cade Schweitzer, and Tyson Johnson. This completes your second wave of intermediate beef showmen. Parents and exhibitors, if you are looking for photos of the Colorado State Fair and your kids, you can find them at beverlyenglert.com, where they are the official photographer of the Colorado State Fair for 2023. You can view and purchase everything at beverlyenglert.com. All photos of the events will be posted as soon as possible. More than likely, the show from today will be posted and available by tomorrow. So if you are looking for photos of your loved ones, by all means, go to beverlyenglert.com.
We're going to keep 4 back again in this group to my left here that came in. They're just a little bit quicker to the setup, and I know there's a couple showmen that are still left out here that can really appreciate just their intensity when they come into the ring. You can tell that they want it. They're very good in their composure that they have. Maybe their contemporaries in terms of their companions aren't necessarily working the best with them today, and that's the hard part about showmanship is it's a partnership. You got to make sure that you go through with things with your partner and you guys work well together, and sometimes your partner has a bad day and struggles with it. So I feel it for you. I understand, and that's some of the little things that separate. These individuals came in, set up quickly, gave good looks. Very tough group, though. Very tough group of individuals. There's 4 individuals still going back. They have a lot of good aspects to the way they show in terms of their intensity, their composure, their eye contact. So please, another round of applause as we exit the ring with these kids. Another good group of intermediate showmen.
Your exhibitors returning from heat number 2 for your intermediate class will be Tucker Long, Rafael Gonzalez, Emery Chamberlain, and Kate Schweitzer. They will be joined by Riley Joseph, Ty Weathers, Trotter Thomas, and Tressie Golding from the first heat of intermediate showmen. We'll get everybody back into the ring, and our judge will select your top 2 intermediate showmen. Once again, our judge for today's showmanship contest is Mr. Justin Mosier. He's currently the livestock judging coach and animal activities specialist at Joliet Junior College. He has had the privilege of judging shows across the country, and he is grateful for the opportunity that he gets to work with every youth that he comes in contact with, and he wants to continue to share his passion for the industry. We appreciate Mr. Justin Mosier taking the time, coming all the way from Illinois to judge the Colorado State Fair.
Guys, let's give a big round of applause for this intermediate group out here. Excellent, excellent showmen. When the depth is this deep in this class in terms of quality, I have to get a little bit more critical on things in terms of spacing, how quickly we set up, and where we position ourselves throughout the ring as we come in, making sure that we give distance between each other so we can always get a good look when we come in. When we're positioning along the fence here when we first come in, making sure that we give adequate space on either side of us in case we have to do, in case we do have to pull out and pull back in, we can make sure that we have enough space in between us. And then when we go in line, making sure if we pull one out, we're quick to fill that spot. We make sure we give spacing from either side of us. We don't get too close to the fence. We don't get too close to the middle. I have to get a little bit more critical on these things. This top end of showmen were very, very good. They checked a lot of boxes for me just in terms of their mannerisms that they did, their way that they're able to work with their companion out here in terms of looking like a well-oiled machine. They always have their pieces of livestock looking the part in terms of being set up, and they're getting the most out of these things. The biggest thing for me when we go with families, we're working with them at home, we don't work on showmanship. We work on presenting the animals the best to their ability. And I think that truly defines showmanship, getting the most out of that animal that you can and presenting it the best to your ability. It defines showmanship more so than anything else. I know there's stigmas out there in terms of how we position, how we hold this, how we go about that. That's not really a big thing for me. It's how you come into the ring with your confidence, the look that you have in your eye, and then being able to show the hard work that you had and that you're getting the most out of that animal to where if this was the market show, you're out here saying, I had the best one out here, and I'm going to prove it to you because I'm going to show my butt off and do it. I think there's a group of them out here that do an excellent job with that. It makes my job that much harder. The number one thing to remember with showmanship, it's so subjective, and it has to get so much in terms of pet peeves and little things, that differences with it. These showmen out here, and the 8 that came back, very happy with them, and a lot of them do a lot of very good little things that it could be different from day in, day out, depending on who's standing in the middle. This is my opinion today on the ones I have. These 3 out here from the get-go stood out just in terms of their demeanor that they had, always getting the most out of their livestock, presenting them quickly in terms of our setup, little things, making sure tails, loins, and that animal looks the best in terms of its viewpoints that I get with it. I'm going to put the mic down. I'm going to pick your top 3. Let's again, please, guys, a big round of applause for these intermediate showmen. Very, very good kids out here.
Your results from your intermediate beef showmanship contest: in 8th place, Tressie Golding; 7th place, Ty Weathers; 6th place, Emery Chamberlain; 5th place, Rafael Gonzalez; 4th place, Riley Joseph; 3rd place, Tucker Long. Your reserve champion is Cade Schweitzer, and your grand champion intermediate showman is Trotter Thomas. Up next into the ring is now our senior division of Beef Showman. We have a total of 4 heats. This is our first heat of 4. In this class, we have Aaron Temple, Boston Johnson, Colby Weber, Brock Welp, Landon Hewlett, Delaney Dragert, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, Kaysen Johnson, and Keith Page. This completes your first heat of senior Beef Showman. To be classified as a senior at the Colorado State Fair, you need to be 14 to 18 years of age. These seniors are competing for a champion buckle presented by Blue Ribbon Processing, as well as a framed scholarship certificate in the amount of $1,000 from Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado. Also, beef exhibitors, if you're looking for your market classes, they have been posted. So if you get done with your showmanship classes today and you want to check your market classes before you go home, they are posted at the livestock office. The barns are still scheduled to close at 9 p.m. tonight. And we do have a 9 a.m. start time for the market beef show. 9 a.m. start time for our first class of market beef tomorrow morning.
We're going to keep 4 out of this first class of senior showmen. As we get older with the kids, I think we get a little bit more critical on little things, position-wise, where we line up, making sure we give space, making sure that we know what that livestock looks like when we set them up and based on their position and where they're at, because we do it so many times, and just always making sure that they're set up properly and correctly when I come through with things. It gets very, very critical. It gets very, very nitpicky between them. In this class, I still think there's very high quality showmen. They're going to be going back. So please, round of applause for these kids as they exit the ring out of this first class of seniors. Very, very good job.
Coming up next into the ring will be our second class of senior showmen. Within this class, we have Skylar Montague, Dakota Rogers, Mary Friend, Sophia Ritchie, Grant Rusk, Justin Fannenbecker, Hallie Lewis, Landon Spate, and Trace Johnson. Your exhibitors returning from the first class of seniors are Delaney Dragert, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, and Brock Welp.
I'm going to keep back 4 again to my left here, and it was very close when it gets very critical on little things when we go through with it again. As we get in the senior division, I'm going to sound like a broken record because that's going to be consistent as I go through. Have to get more critical on little things, making sure that we get set up very quickly, and then making sure that our spacing's right, our attention span, where we're at, where I'm at, and understanding that we still need to consistently check our piece of livestock to make sure that they're set up the right way as we go through. And it should just feel like it's natural out here when we go through things because you've done it so many times that you know just naturally when something's off just based on their position. Have to get critical with that. I commend the young people that are still out here, do a very, very excellent job. It was very close, and it was hard on me because I think there's little things that each of you guys do very, very well in this deal. Please, round of applause for these kids as they exit the ring. A good class of senior showmen here.
Your exhibitors returning from Heat 2 will be Mary Friend, Sophia Ritchie, Justin Fannenbecker, and Trace Johnson. Coming in the ring at this time is our third heat of senior beef showmen. Within this third class, we have Tyla Thomas, Cash Weber, Cooper Spurlock, Lacey Lacka, Michael Volushin, Charlie Rogers, Jace Hines, Jake King, and Job Knight. This is your completed third class of senior beef showmen.
We're going to keep 5 out of this third class of senior showman over here to my left. Just do a very good job of getting pulled into place, even when they're wanting to fight them just a little bit, sticking with them and knowing what to do to get them going in, and still offering a good look. Natural instinct when they come in, has that confidence, has that look that I'm looking forward to. In terms of intensity, like I said before, a very big thing for me, and then making sure we're getting the most out of them consistently going through. Feet placement's always correct and always exactly where they want them to be. Very good group they're keeping back. Very good showmen that are still out here. It was very close for me and very difficult because I think a lot of them do very good things in terms of their composure, their eye contact, their position if they get their calves head at to make sure things are aligned the correct way from the side. I commend the exhibitors that are still out here. Let's give them a big round of applause as they go back to the barn.
Your showmen that are going to be returning from heat number 3, you have Tyler Thomas, Cash Weber, Michael Volishin, Jake Keene, and Job Knight. Emmett Greer. If you are in the barns, please come to the announcer's stand in the livestock pavilion. Emmett Greer, please come to the announcer's stand. Coming in the ring at this time is now our 4th and final class of senior showmen. We have in the ring Austin Bamford, Colby Morris, Corbin Lucero, Brielle Allen, Anna Taylor, Logan Cogburn, Nash Richardson, Bailey Churchwell, and Cal Sidwell. This is your 4th and final class of senior beef showmen. Once again, Emmett Greer. Emmett Greer or a member of the Greer family, please come to the announcer's table. Emmett Greer or a Greer family member. Attention beef exhibitors, due to the class sizes that would be in our championship drive, we have decided to do a semifinals. So our top showmen from our Heat 1 and Heat 2, they will compete against each other, and our top showmen from Heat 3 and 4 will compete against each other. Our top showmen from those semifinal classes will come back for our championship drive. So again, at this time, if we could have our top finalists from Class 1, Class 2 of our senior showmen, please report to the holding ring. We will need Brock Welp, Delaney Dragert, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, Mary Friend, Sophia Ritchie, Justin Fannenbecker, and Trace Johnson. Please report to the holding ring. Your class, the semifinal class, will be up next.
We're going to keep 5 out of this last class of seniors, and as you heard, we're going to split the heats and rework through them. I think this class was very, very tough, just in terms of the depth of kids and the little things that they do to stand out. It gets a little bit more critical for me, especially when we get here in the profile. Our positioning and making sure that we keep space everywhere that we're at so we can pull forward if our feet get off place. We have distance to do so. When we pull back in, the way we pull back in to make sure that we stay level with the rest of the contemporaries that are out here, making sure that we can pull into where you have space in front and behind, I think is very crucial. And then just awareness of where we're at, knowing that there's going to be another one in front of me or there's one behind me of where we're going through, I think is little things that separate it for me. A very, very good class, good showmen. Those that are keeping and the ones that are still out here. Very impressed. Let's give them a big round of applause, guys, as they go back. A great group of senior showmen that came through the ring today.
Your seniors returning from class number 4 will be Colby Morris, Corbin Lucero, Anna Taylor, Logan Cockburn, and Bailey Churchwell. Once again, our top exhibitors from class 3 and 4, which just finished up in the ring, you guys will come back and compete against each other in the semifinals second class. Up next, we will have our first round of semifinals. This first class of semis will have the top exhibitors from class number 1 and 2. Once again, this is your first class of senior semifinals. Within this class, we have Brock Welp, Delaney Dragert, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, Trace Johnson, Justin Fannenbecker, Sophia Ritchie, and Mary Friend.
This first group, I'm going to keep the 5 to my left here to come back for the championship drive in this deal. Very, very good group of kids that came through here. Very good showmen all the way through. These 9 kids do a lot of things that's very hard to teach just in terms of initial being able impression that you can give me when you come through, and then from there understanding the little things that's taught on the backside of, hey, let's get ears, let's make sure a head's positioned here so it helps where they're in their shoulder, whatever it may be. They do a very, very good job with it, and there's little nicks and crannies in these things that I think separate them, and it gets a little bit nitpicky for me, and that's what it comes down to for the senior group. And I said before, especially when we get down to this top end, it's just going to be personal opinion as we go through with these. These 5 hit me very hard, and they do little things for me that accelerated them to get pulled. These 4 showmen that are still out here still do things that's very good. They present their animals the right way, and I commend them for it. Different person, could be different arrangement of things. So please, guys, big round of applause. These kids are working hard, and they're doing an excellent job. Big round of applause for these kids as they're going back to the barn.
Your exhibitors returning for your senior drive will be Brock Welp, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, Mary Friend, and Justin Fannebecker. At this time, we will usher in our from classes 3 and 4 to bring in your second wave of semifinals. Within your semifinals number 2, we have Tyler Thomas, Cash Weber, Michael Volishin, Jake King, Job Knight, Bailey Churchwell, Anna Taylor, Corbin Lucero, and Colby Morris.
We're going to keep back 5 over here to my left again to come back for the championship drive. Another group out here that I think just does an excellent job of keeping the eye contact as we go through and always knowing where I'm at. We position ourselves much better in this group, I think, just in terms of placement on where we're at. Every once in a while, some of them want to get lost and don't pull in as soon as I pull one to fill that spot. Maybe we get a little too deep close to the fence. Maybe we get a little bit too close to the middle, a little bit of things there, here and there, and then making sure when I am coming by that we're for sure feet set up. I think those are the little things that separate this group out. A very, very good group of seniors that came through. I commend them. They have my applause. Let's give them a big round as they go back to the barn.
Your top 5 exhibitors from our semifinals number 2. They include Colby Morris, Corbin Lucero, Logan Cogburn, Tyler Thomas, and Jake King. They will join the 5 from our first semifinals for our senior Showman Division Championship Drive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard their names multiple times throughout the evening. We have in the ring Brock Welp, Echo Bartels, Leah Richardson, Mary Friend, Justin Fennebecker, Tyler Thomas, Jake King, Colby Morris, Corbin Lucero, and Logan Cogburn. These are your top 10 senior exhibitors out of 38 in total. We appreciate everyone sticking with us ringside as well as online at showbarnflix.com. It's been a while since we've named our judge, so our judge is Justin Mosier. He currently resides in Seeker, Illinois, where himself and his wife and 3 daughters run Blue Mountain Livestock, a 1520 sow show pig operation. He's also heavily involved with helping families across the country find pigs and cattle for county, state, and national levels. He attended Hutchinson Community College and Kansas State University, where he was the highly competitive livestock judging team for each institution. He currently is the livestock judging coach and animal activities specialist at Joliet Junior College. He's had the privilege to judge shows across the country. He's grateful for every opportunity that he's gotten to work with youth and continues to share his passion for the industry. Special thanks to our judge, Justin Mosier. And to remind everybody what our exhibitors are competing for, they are competing for a buckle that is presented by Blue Ribbon Processing, as well as a $1,000 scholarship presented by Northeastern Junior College in the form of a framed scholarship certificate. Special thanks to our sponsors, ADM Animal Nutrition, Blue Ribbon Processing, Colorado Cattlemen's Association, Colorado Cattle Women, the Colorado Livestock Association, Colorado State University, Lubricin Livestock, Northeastern Junior College, the Colorado Gelbvieh Association, the Colorado Simmental Association, the North American Limousine Foundation, Weaver Livestock, and Zoetis. Special thanks to our sponsors for making this year's 2023 Market Beef Show possible. A reminder that the barns are closing at 9 p.m. tonight, and our beef show, our market beef show, will start sharply at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. The market steer classes have been posted near the livestock office. If you do not know which classes you're in, you can go check that out at the livestock office. Again, a 9 a.m. start time for tomorrow morning's market steer show.
Guys, let's give a big round of applause for the senior showmen that are out here. Absolutely incredible group, and these 10 kids that are out here do those little things for me just to come back consistently in terms of their intensity that they have, their eye contact that they have, making sure they're getting the most out of their animal. They're showing them the best of their ability and trying to just get the most out of them. That's the biggest thing. That's the hardest thing to teach when we work with families back home with whatever species they have, whether it be sheep, goats, hogs, or cattle, is getting the most out of that animal. Because when you go to a show and you're showing to be the champion of that show, getting the most out of it normally helps the most in terms of giving you the benefit of the doubt when you go through with things. So that's the hardest thing to teach. I probably take a different approach in terms of showmanship than most. For me, it's just quickness of setting up, and then it's just your ability to show off in terms of intensity, and then making sure that animal looks the best 24/7 every time I come by and I don't get a bad look. Because to me, that's true showmanship. You're showing that animal so it looks the best as it can every time I get a glimpse of it and every time it crosses my path. I think that's very hard to teach, and I think that's what makes a good showman, in my opinion. We can get a little bit critical on little things, guys, and how we hold things, how we position, how we turn, all the little things like that. But I think if you just sit back, these 10 kids, when you come through, if I was trying to pick one, it's difficult. If you don't think it's difficult because all of them do such a good job, come in here and try to do it yourself, because I think they do little things so well and just the natural instinct so good. I commend Colorado and these senior kids that are out here. Younger kids look in on what they're doing because they do a very, very good job at just making sure they get the most out of their animal, and they have that natural instinct when they come in. It's close out here with it. I'm going to say a couple thank yous here quickly before we pick our champion senior showman. I promise I won't take too long. First, I want to thank the Colorado State Fair for calling me and giving me the opportunity to come out here and do this. It's an absolute pleasure to come back. I grew up in the western slope of Colorado, and so it's a pleasure to come home and be able to see friends ringside as we go through with this. It's definitely a bucket list thing for me to cross off, just to come back and stand in the middle, no matter what show it is, because it's what created me. The state is home for me. It's where my family lives, and we still run cows out this way. So it's a pleasure to come back. So thank you for giving me the call and allowing me to come back here and do that for myself. The next is the ring help that came through. Absolutely phenomenal as we went through with things. Preparing the kids in the backside, coming through here and being efficient. I want to give them a big round of applause for their efforts that they did out here, guys. They did an excellent job. It was smooth, it was efficient, and it was a pleasure to work with them. Next, make sure, kids, when you leave, thank the staff on the backside here at State Fair. I know we have tendencies to grumble and gripe about things that probably challenge us, that we get frustrated with, but remember that they're doing it because they care about you. They care about this industry, they care about this state, they care about the State Fair, and they want to do it in a fair and honest way. So make sure when you go through, thank the people running it on the backside of things, because it's a very difficult job to run a show, and it's a thankless job. So be the person to go up and thank them, because I promise you it will make their day and they will remember it. It's a pleasure now, too. My family gets to be here and watch me. My parents get to be here, and this is a pleasure just to have them here to watch me judge state fairs and shows as I go on, because if it wasn't for their support, I wouldn't be the person that I am. They pushed me to be a better person. They pushed me to chase my dreams consistently as I went through, no matter how crazy they were. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank my wife for always giving me time and opportunity to do the stuff I love. Kids, I'm just have a brief comments for you. When you leave and you exit the ring, make sure you thank your parents. Make sure you thank your support crew that you have, because without them, you wouldn't be positioned here. You guys are showing livestock, and in my opinion, this is the best industry in the country of creating young people. These are our leaders of tomorrow. You're in a great position. They positioned you here to be hardworking, to be responsible, and be able to have a kind heart as we go through with things, because you have to have a kind heart to work with livestock, because trust me, they can be frustrating. Don't forget that. Thank them for putting you in this position. And lastly, guys, as we're standing ringside, I know consistently as we go through shows, there's a lot of times that we have different opinions, and that's okay. No matter how you position today, just know you can go home and you can work that much harder. Okay? Win humble with a humble heart and be able to go forward knowing that you can always do better. That's all I have to say. Have a kind heart. Live your life through Christ. God bless. Great group of kids. Huge round of applause as we go pick our champion senior showman.
Your champion senior showman is Echo Bartels. The results from your senior grand drive: in 10th place, Mary Friend. 9th place, Brock Welp. 8th place, Corbin Lucero. 7th place, Jake King. 6th place, Colby Morris. 5th place, Logan Cogburn. 4th place, Justin Fannenbecker. 3rd place, Leah Richardson. 2nd place, Tyla Thomas. And again, your champion, Echo Bartels. Once again, we appreciate everybody sticking it with us on this senior showmanship class. Again, a reminder, the barns close at 9 p.m. and our market beef show starts at 9 a.m. Classes are posted for their market steer show. Those are posted on the livestock office bifold next to the bathrooms. So please check the schedules, and we'll see you back.